SmackDown feels underwhelming. I don't know why. I'm often less excited for SmackDown compared to Raw. It just seems to be lacking, man. I'll get to that and a particular return that we saw and why I hope the WWE is not going in the direction that they seem to be hinting at. Basically, Solo Sikoa is back and attacks Cody Rhodes. Really, why is that necessary now? I'll get to all of that. So we got some Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. Bianca Belair beats Piper Niven, to nobody's surprise, obviously. Alexa Bliss beats Candice LeRae, again to nobody's surprise. So now Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and Alexa Bliss will be in the Elimination Chamber match. 3 more to be decided. I felt the Bianca versus Piper Niven match was much better than the Alexa Bliss versus Candice LeRae match. We got DIY against Pretty Deadly. It was a spontaneous match, and Pretty Deadly actually pick up the win, which means that they get a chance at the championship. This was a bad match, just bad. We have a random match of Carmelo Hayes versus Tozawa. Obviously, we all knew who would win. I mean, what's up with all these predictable matches? It was an okay match, but predictable. The men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match of the night was Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. I'm just happy it was a triple threat match, something different. WWE needs more triple threat type matches. So now that I got all these things out of the way, I can get to the parts of the show which I felt were at least somewhat interesting or worthy of discussion at least. So Drew McIntyre comes out to the ring. SmackDown is now his new home. He complains about how Raw held him back and criticizes Adam Pearce, the bald guy. He says how nobody is holding him back now that he's on SmackDown. So I really hope Drew McIntyre is given some push and some momentum on SmackDown. I hope he can be pushed as just one of the top guys. I don't want the rumors of a potential rivalry against Damian Priest to be true. No offense to Damian Priest, but Drew deserves something else. I love Damian, don't get me wrong. Anyways, Jimmy Uso then comes out and we have a back and forth. I really want Jimmy Uso to build his own identity and break out as well, but honestly, I don't really see him as championship material. Then LA Knight comes out and accuses Drew McIntyre of always complaining. Then we have the match, and it was a pretty darn good match. I mean, some nice spots and some good interactions, between everyone. Everyone had a moment to shine. Drew McIntyre winning was slightly obvious, but not in a bad way. Right? Because they made you feel like the other two guys, could potentially do it, and they had some really interesting spots. And this is why I like triple threat matches. It just makes things more interesting, sometimes unpredictable, and just fresh overall. And there's a new dynamic that's added in these, triple threat matches. So now we have Drew McIntyre in the Elimination Chamber match alongside John Cena and CM Punk. I'm really looking forward to that. And, I love surprises, man. Give me something different. Speaking of can't wait, next week we have Damian Priest versus Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu in a triple threat qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. I believe I know who's winning that match. Jacob Fatu is my prediction, okay? But it's just going to be a fun match to watch. It's just going to be chaotic, basically. Now I want to talk about Jey Uso and the main event that ends with Solo Sikoa's return. SmackDown started with Jey Uso coming out just like how he came out in the beginning of Raw on Monday. Again, the crowd is yeeting away and they ask one more time, so the party continues. I wonder how long till this starts losing its charm. Because it could really just get repetitive very fast. I know the crowd loves him, I get it, but this could get old and kind of just go against things. Whenever you overdo something, right, that's never a good thing. So Jey talks about his week after winning and his selection process regarding who to choose for WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes comes out and they have a back and forth. They discuss history. Jey Uso is still not sure who he will choose, even after this segment and even during a backstage segment that we got later on SmackDown. Literally, Jey Uso's segments like these, take out at least 10 to 15 minutes out of the overall SmackDown show. I'm hoping that on Raw, Jey just chooses Gunther perhaps, and then we can just move ahead, right? Anyways, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga come out. Jacob says how Jay is the wrong man to bring the championship back to the bloodline. Right? Again, there's some level of energy, man, and this energy is just increased whenever we see Jacob Fatu being a part of something. And man, he's just over with the fans. Even if he's a heel, man, he excites me somehow. So Jay gets insulted and super kicks Tama Tonga. Basically, we have our main event match of the night. So now to the main event, and all the other stuff that happened in between, I already spoke about that, so now to the main event. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. A decent match, don't get me wrong. Jacob Fatu, man, again the highlight. He's no doubt a main event player. He's gonna be big in the future, I know it. But in the match overall, everyone has their moments to shine. Ultimately, Jacob Fatu is outside the ring when Cody managed to hit Tama Tonga with a crossroads for a victory. As Cody celebrates, Solo Sikoa returns and attacks Cody Rhodes. I don't know why we saw this. I mean, what is the WWE hinting at? Solo has been gone, he lost to Ulafala, we have Jey Uso as the Royal Rumble winner, and there is an upcoming Elimination Chamber match that we're looking forward to, and Solo is nowhere in this picture, he's nowhere in the mix. I really hope we're not going to be getting a third Solo versus Cody Rhodes match. I really hope the WWE is not planning this. Solo has not earned it. Attacking Cody is just not enough. I feel Solo's track should be focused on the bloodline situation, and I also feel Cody just cannot always be pushed into the bloodline situation. I'm not interested in seeing Solo versus Cody Rhodes again. We've seen it before, twice. And this time, especially, obviously, we know Cody would win, right? We're so close to WrestleMania. If anything, I guess this situation may create a friction between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. So Jacob wants the championship, obviously, now, and is in the Elimination Chamber match, right? But that's not it, right? Solo is no longer the tribal chief, so Jacob is not really, in that position where he needs to serve him anymore. And we are all itching for, Jacob Fatu to just turn on Solo. But I think that can be done in another way. It doesn't have to happen just because, now Solo is going for the championship as well. He wants Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu is in the Elimination Chamber. That split can happen within the realm of the Bloodline storyline. And I think that would be better. I just find Solo going after Cody Rhodes to be just lazy from WWE Creative. So overall, this wasn't really an exciting episode. I feel Drew being on SmackDown and Jacob Fatu are amongst perhaps the two hottest aspects of SmackDown right now. Things should honestly pick up right now as we move closer to WrestleMania. I don't quite see that happening though. I really feel it's just time to speed up the process. Only 2 months left. There is no time to build new rivalries, so might as well just build upon what you already have. Add some twists and turns. So yeah, guys, that's that. That's my review of SmackDown. Please do subscribe. Share my videos. Just check out my other content on my channel. Hit the bell icon. And yeah, that's that. And so, till next time, peace out. Bye.